look so wonderful in your dress. I love your hair like that. The way it falls on the side of your neck, down your shoulders and back. We are surrounded by all of these lies and people who talk too much. You got the kind of look in your eyes as if no one knows anything but us. Should this be the last thing I see? I want you to know it's enough for me. 'Cause all that you are is all that I'll ever need. So in love, so in love, so in love, so in love. You look so beautiful in this light, your silhouette over me. The way it brings out the blue in your eyes is the Tenerife Sea. And all of the voices surrounding us here, they just fade out when you take a breath. Just say the word and now we'll disappear into the wilderness. Should this be the last thing I see? I want you to know it's enough for me. 'Cause all that you are is all that I'll ever need. So in love, so in love, so in love, so in love. Should this be the last thing I see? I want you to know it's enough for me. 'Cause all that you are is all that I'll ever need. So in love, so in love, so in love, 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 so in love. You look so wonderful in your dress. I love your hair like that. And in the moment I knew you better.
Would you know my name
As the son of a sailor, I went out on the sea for adventure, spanning the view of the captain and crew like a man just released from indenture. As a dreamer of dreams and a traveling man, I have chalked up many a mile, read dozens of books about heroes and crooks, and I learned much from both of their styles. Son of a son, son of a son, son of a son of a sailor, son of a gun, load the last ton, one step ahead of the jailer. Now way in the near future, southeast of disorder, you can shake the hand of the mango man as he greets you at the border. And the lady she hails from Trinidad, island of the spices, salt for your meat and cinnamon sweet, and the rum is for all your good vices. Haul the sheet in as we ride on the wind that our forefathers harnessed before us. Hear the bells ring as the tide rigging sings. It's the son of a gun of a chorus. Where it all ends, I can't fathom, my friends. If I knew, I might toss out my anchor. So I cruise along, always searching for songs. Not a lawyer, a thief, or a banker, but son of a son, son of a son, son of a son of a sailor, son of a gun, load the last ton, one step ahead of the jailer. I'm just a son of a son, son of a son, son of a son of a sailor. The sea's in my veins, my tradition remains. I'm just glad I don't live in a trailer.
I'm just a little disappointed I didn't get one. Hello everyone and welcome to this afternoon ceremony to celebrate and remember the wonderful life of Dallas John Lazarus, or Lazo, or Dallasy, as he was known to all he loved. My name is Tony Prasser, and it's my absolute honour and privilege to be able to conduct Dallas's ceremony here today for you. Dallas's loving mum and dad, Terry, Larry, along with adored sister Chanel, together with cherished nephews and nieces, Gracie, Harry, Susie, Anna and Indy, and all of their families would like to express their sincere and heartfelt gratitude for not only coming along here today, but also the many messages of sympathy and condolences they have received. The family would also like to thank those of you who have travelled today to be here on this very special day. I'd also like to welcome those who are watching via live stream. Thank you so much for joining with us. It's wonderful to know that in this day and age where it is hard for us to get around sometimes, that we have the technology where family and friends can join us. So I know that you're sending your love to the family and the family sending theirs back to you. So thank you. On behalf of all of us that are gathered here, I'd like to offer our sincere condolences to Dallas's family for their loss. Ladies and gentlemen, you all come together today to farewell somebody who meant so much to each and every one of you in so many different ways. Today I'm under strict instructions that today will be a celebration of his life. We're going to do it with a smile on our face and love in our heart. In a moment, we're going to hear some wonderful memories of Dallas. There's going to be some tributes, and there's going to be some video tributes, and there's going to be a musical tribute. And I can't wait for that, so that's going to be wonderful. I'm then going to give you the opportunity to sit back and reflect, and this is a chance for you all to be just a little bit selfish for a moment and only think about what he meant to you as an individual. The family is going to share with us some wonderful photos, and remember, it's okay to have a giggle, and it's okay to have a laugh if some memories come up, because that's what today is all about, is memories. I'm then going to invite you all to join with me, if you wish to, in the Lord's Prayer before we all say our final goodbyes and we take him on his final journey. At the conclusion of today's ceremony, the family would like me to make sure that I invite each and every one of you to stick around for a cup of tea afterwards, and then you're heading off to the Mooloolaba Yacht Club for some wonderful times to spend together and share in some more memories. So please, if you're able to, please make sure you join the family today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd now like to invite Chanel to come forward, please, and share her memories of Dallas.
I just want to say thank you, everyone, for coming. I'm Dallas's little sister, Nellie Bly, who caught the fly, he used to call me. Chanelli, Nellie, Smelly Nellie, everything he used to call me. But yeah, I didn't know, actually I wasn't prepared for what I was going to say today. It's just coming from the heart. From the moment I was born, I was blessed to be able, obviously from my mum, to have a beautiful mum, but also blessed knowing that I had a big brother. What an amazing brother he is. I honestly am the luckiest girl in the world to have a brother like Dallas, and I still do. And he's still talking to me to this day. He's telling me what to do. He's telling me to be strong, Nellie, be strong. And I'm trying to be strong, man. I'm trying to be strong. But I'm going to share some memories of us growing up that'll make you laugh, because, yeah, he made me laugh all the time. I remember, this is probably going back Arakoon days. We used to live in Arakoon. I think I was about 4, maybe 4, 5, 4. And Dallas he would have been 10, maybe, something like that. Anyway, I remember this really well anyway, because these are the best memories that I have of my life. My brother, Mum used to work quite a lot. My brother would look after me. Anyway, he honestly thought that I was a boy, because anything boy-related, he would take me to or do with me. So when we were in Arakoon, he's like, come on, Nellie, let's go fishing. I went, okay, yep, never fished before in my life, but Dallas taught me how to fish. He's like, you know, we went out and took the cast, sorry, I can't talk properly. We took the cast net out and we casted for bait, and I picked up this little, I don't know, whatever a fish it was tiny, it was nothing. And he's like, Nellie, you won't catch anything with that. And I went, yeah, I will, you watch me. Anyway, so put it on the hook, threw it out, and, well, he helped me throw it out because he taught me how to fish. We were out in a boat somewhere, you know, it was infested with crocodiles, but, you know, we're lucky we're still here. And anyway, so I pulled in a big GT, so that was my first fish. Thanks to Dallas, I caught that fish. Some other things we used to do is I learnt to ride a bike with Dallas. So, you know, usually those are things that parents teach you. No, my Mum was working too much, so it was more my brother taught me to do that. And I just remember being on this bike and he's like, you've got to pedal. And he just pushed me from that moment, just pushed me straight out. And yeah, that was it. From that day, I rode a bike. So 4, would have been 4. Some other things we used to do is we used to make bow and arrows because we live with the Aboriginals as well. So we made lots of things. We learnt so much being there, and we have to thank Mum for that opportunity of giving us that time in our lives. But anyway, we mowed these bow and arrows, and Dallas is like, well, let's see how sharp this arrow is. So he put it straight through my foot. And I remember going to Mum at the laundromat with an arrow in my foot, and he's like, Mum, look what I've done to Nellie. She's got an arrow through her foot. And I think I was in shock. I wasn't crying. I can't remember what Mum was doing. She was in shock as well. It didn't hurt because I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. Oh, my brother just put an arrow through my foot. It's okay. It's all good. So yeah, from that moment, after Arakoon, we moved back to Cairns. We lived on the Esplanade in Cairns in an old Queenslander that used to shake every time we'd get a cyclone, it would shake. And, had to put up the masking tape on the windows and everything. Yeah, I don't know what that did. Anyway, again, good memories being on the Esplanade. Dallas loving fishing. Again, he would be, come on Nellie, let's go fishing. We'd walk across the road, put crab pots in. We'd go out and fish. He had a little boat he was given. We didn't have a trailer. So Dallas made this trailer out of a spring base mattress, it was a bed frame spring, and put big mountain bike wheels on it, attached them to put his boat on the top and pulled it across the road to get the boat in the water. So I remember helping him push this trailer bed mountain bike thing across the road, and it was like everyone was looking at us going, what are you doing? We're like, we just want to get the boat in the water, that's all we want to do. But yeah, you couldn't keep him out of the water. You could not keep him away from fishing. You couldn't keep him away from water. You could not keep him from doing anything. So if we weren't fishing, the other thing we'd be doing, if Mum wasn't home or anything, he'd be like, come on Nellie, let's watch some movies. And I'm like, okay, yeah, what are we going to watch? Oh, we're going to watch It. And here I was about 7 at the time. It was my first movie I watched with my brother. Pet Sematary 1, Pet Sematary 2, and Pet Sematary 3. So we watched all of them. What was the other movie so it was all horrors, nothing. I was like, come on bro, can we just watch something, that'll make us laugh. From that moment I was always scared of horror movies. Yeah, there's just so many memories of my brother that I will forever hold them so close to my heart. Every time, if I had a bad relationship with a male, he would be there going, Chanel, are you okay? I've got your back, I'll come up to Cairns, I'll beat them up, I'll come get them for you. And I'm like, no bro, it's okay, it's all right, you'll end up in jail, it's okay. But he always had my back. Any time I was in trouble, he's there, He's there. He was always there. We didn't get to spend as much time with him the last few years because just all the kids and life just gets busy. But I know one thing he just said to me. He said, Chanel, promise me you'll move down here. And I went, you know what, bro? I will, mate. I will. So I'm going to do that for you, man. I'm going to do that for you. I'm coming down. I'm going to be closer to you. We're coming. Mum and I are coming. We'll be here. But, yeah, all I can say is that I had so much more to say. I just can't think at the moment. I'm so sorry. To sum it up, all I can say is that I'm so lucky to have Dallas as my brother, and he's still my brother. I know he is because he's here. He's here. I feel him. He's here. But yeah, he's to Dallas. Love you, man. Fuck.
Chanel, I think that he was just as lucky to have you as a sister. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite good mate Scotty to come forward, please.
Oh, how are you ever going to top that? Well, it says on the docket thing, best mate, but we're all his best mates, every single one of us. Same story, like where do you start with the fun and mischief we'd get up to? Dallas and I go back to probably grade 3, grade 4, something like that, Cairns West State School. And always in trouble. Always in trouble. I think he was one of the blokes we first wagged together with about grade 5-ish. But I had all this stuff written down, but it's just sort of just going to come as it goes, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure exactly when, but it would have been around grade 5, 6, 7, something like that. My parents had a yacht, and we were living in Cairns, and I said to Lazo, come on bro, let's go, we're going to Green Island for a few days. And so we invited Dallas on board, and I remember we were drinking beer on the side of the boat, and we're sailing from Cairns to Green Island, only 13, 14, whatever we were, tipping them in, as you do, becoming pirates early. And yeah, he just became a sailor ever since that day, and was just locked to the love of the life of yachting and cruising. And you know, so yeah, I'm probably a bit to blame for his yachting piracy debauchery that he got up to over the years. Proud of it too, good life. But one of the funniest stories I remember him telling me was he was at Percy Island, and he was anchored up there at Percy Island and got in, and I don't think he realised it, but it was either the start or the end of Hamilton Island Race Week, and all the big super yachts were starting to come in to Percy Island on their way backwards and forwards, and he's sitting on the back of his boat. It was on Shimada, one of those ones there in the picture, and he's sitting on the back deck tipping in a few stubbies, and the big super yachts come in. The next thing he's looking over, and he was telling me that he's seen this fella rowing over in this little boat off of this super yacht, and he's hey mate, got any two-stroke? We forgot the two-stroke. There's multi-billion-dollar super yacht, and they didn't have any two-stroke for their dinghy. And he said, I've only got a couple of litres left, but here, you can have it. And he's like, we don't need all that. Anyway, yeah, have it, you know, sort of bloke he was. And anyway, so he's like, he was thinking to himself, shit, no, I ain't got any two-stroke. Anyway, he didn't even worry about it. Had enough. He had enough in the motor. And the next day, they must have put the call out, and they've gone, what can we get you, mate? And he's like, nothing. But someone rocked up with their motor on, using his two-stroke, and give him 2 cartons of cigarettes, 4 bottles of rum, and all sorts of goodies, you know, tucker and whatnot, for being such a good bloke. He says, I was only supposed to be there a couple of days. I was there for 3 weeks with him. And he'd running low on tucker, so he'd go trolling, and he'd be walking up the beach with a 3-foot mackerel on the back and slap it on the barbie and feed everyone, and kept the party going. But yeah, so, you know, there's plenty more stories like that, and it just never stops. But, I mean, we've all got great stories and memories of boating and yachting and surfing, and, you know, I'm sure everyone could tell one, but if we had the time, we probably would.
I'm right for another hour and a half.
Yeah, righto. Yeah, so there's a bit of a skit that you're going to see, well, not a skit, a story of I don't know if you've ever heard about it, but made front page news all over the Sunshine Coast. In fact, it went as far as Perth and Darwin, and apparently there was a crocodile in the Maroochy River. And Dallas was telling me about this crocodile that was up there, that he used to do the jet ski tours with and take the tourists up there, and the Swedish backpackers he used to enjoy perving on, and get them on the jet ski, and they'd do the tour around the river. And we don't know who put it there, but he thought it would be a good idea to show the tourists this croc. You know, a bit of a, looked real too. Anyway, so that was his fun thing, and one day I'm sitting at I've rocked up with a carton of beer and had the pillow in the truck, and you probably remember, some of yous, when he was working at the jet skis on the Maroochy River there, and they've got this big pontoon as their base where you'd go and put your life jacket on and so on. And one side of it had this big drop-down door. It was like a giant big balcony, and you could sit on it and you could fish and drink, and so that was the Friday sessions we had very, very often. And this Friday session turned into a night session, and a carton of beer, bottle of rum later, and we had our crab pots out, and it come time to check the crab pots. So off we go. Dallas was driving. He knew that river like the back of his hand. It was pitch black. And I kept saying to him, man, watch out. And he's like, yeah, no, all good. It's like he had night vision or something. He just through the creeks doing it so often. And he goes, I'll show you where the croc is. So I thought it would be a good idea to make a Steve Irwin video of the crocodile. And we're pretty drunk. And yeah, so we're going to show that video because it was a bit of a cracker. A lot of swearing in it too. So as you can imagine, a couple of pissed bloody pirates up the creek, jacking crab pots and having fun. But so we made the video and got back to the shed, and a few more stubbies later we thought it would be a good idea to put it on Facebook. Well, that all went well until the next morning. We woke up and it had like 30,000 hits or something. The phone starts ringing, TV stations are ringing us, the radio stations, they all wanted interviews about who spotted this crocodile. Well, we went underground. We're like, fuck, turn the phone off, hid everything, deleted it was pretty crazy. We thought we were going to go to jail. The next thing we hear, the EPA's flying in croc traps and all sorts of shit. And it was like, oh, far out, man, what have we done? And so the EPA rocks up and they're like, so where's this croc? Well, we don't know, man. He's probably swum away by now. And anyway, they found it, and I think there might be a picture of the after results of the EPA that captured Craig the Croc, I think he used to call it. Craig the Croc. It was always, whatever his pet's name, he always named it something with like Freddie the Foxy and Craig the Croc, I think, wasn't it? Do you know Craig the Croc or something like that, or something? Charlie, or was it Kenny? Kenny the Croc? Kenny the Croc, that's right, yeah. So we believe that the EPA have it somewhere in their office as a mascot now, and yeah, so that was that. Anyway, there's a few good skits, stories coming up. Did any of you know that he was actually building a YouTube channel called anchoringaround.com, filming anchorages and loads of videos we found on his phone of all this stuff. And he was, even bought himself a GoPro and all. I didn't get that far, didn't get him up, but maybe we can do that for him. So we've got a little bit of a thing I wrote here. I don't know how I'm going to go. I'll see if I can get through it without bawling, but I've said, Lazo, may you forever have fair winds and calm seas on your eternal journey in the next world of adventure. Your sails will always be full in our hearts. We'll all miss you, man. Every day. You'll never be forgotten. Until our next rums in the heavenly high seas. This is not goodbye, brother. See you later, bro. Over and out.
You have a few beers on the boat. Who would have thought? Thanks, mate. A great tribute. Great tribute. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to ask Katie to come forward, please.
So it's been a bit of a journey to get here. Thank you, Qantas. Thank you, Jetstar. Thank you, Uber. But now we're here. From Western Australia. So I'm Katie. Dallas is my cousin, and more than my cousin, he was like my brother. He was the person who taught me how to love and how to be kind and how to forgive and how to believe in myself and expect better, even when I didn't believe that I deserved better. I have so many stories of when we were kids in Goondiwindi and Arakoon and riding push bikes that had very flat tyres, and him just saying, "You've got to push harder, Katie, you've got to push harder." I'm like, "Well, it's easy for you, you're the one with the tyres that work." He'd be like, no, you just got to push harder. And I would push and just think, oh well, it's okay, we'll get there in the end. Making concoctions for cats because they used to catch our lizards. I don't know why we always caught lizards, but we did. And it was this damn cat that ate our lizards. And Nana would give us the stuff begrudgingly, but she would always give it to us. "What do you want this for?" "Nana, we can't tell you. And we'd go off, clean, and come home dirty. And she would wash our clothes and wash our hair and wash our shoes and wipe our faces and let us go and let us eat and bring us snacks to wherever we were because she knew we wouldn't leave. And Jim would always ask us, "Have you caught that cat yet?" And we'd be like, "No, but we almost did. We caught a bird." And he's like, "Yeah, well, that's not the cat, is it?" So we'd go back and every day we'd try and catch this cat, and then we'd make these potions and dirt and flour and anything we could find, and we would mix it up, and we were somehow believed that dirt made the cat want to come and eat this food. We don't know, but we did it. I remember Nana used to make these most beautiful outfits. You would make matching ones for me and my doll. And we were on a boat this day in Arakoon. And of course, there's barramundi everywhere because it's Arakoon and there's barramundi everywhere. And I remember I was sitting with my feet in the water and Dallas was like, "Katie, why are you so stupid? There's crocodiles everywhere here." And Nana was like, just leave her alone. There's so many barramundis, they're not going to worry about her feet. So for the rest of the trip, we'd have our feet in the water. And it was just the little simple things that we used to do. We never did anything grand, or we never crossed mountains or named streets, but our adventures mean everything to me, and they make me a better mother. They make me a better human, and they make me a better friend. I miss you, and I'm so sorry that I live so far away from you for most of the last years of your life, because our first years of our life were always together. I still remember the day, the night in Townsville when I had a terrible boyfriend who had kissed another girl that night, and I was crying in a kebab or a fish and chip shop, I don't know. And just randomly, like an angel, he walked in. I hadn't seen him for such a long time. And he said to me, "Why are you crying?" And I told him. And as Chanel can testify, justice was swift and fast with Dallas. And he was, "Do you want me to find him? Do you want me to bash him? Do you want me to kill him? Do you want me to poison him? Do you want me to make him disappear? What do you want?" And I just cried, and I sat there and I cried with him. And then after that I left, and he left, and I wanted to see him again, but I didn't see him again. That was my last time I saw him. But from that meeting, random meeting, I left. I left Queensland on search of an adventure to find someone that would love me the way that he loved me. And I did. I found my husband in a bar who mistakenly thought that my belly button piercing was a fish. No, he thought it was a dolphin. And I said, "It's a fish, you fucker." So it was love at first sight. He was my catch and release to help me get over Anthony. 24 years later, I'm still trying to release. So I wasn't a very good fisherman. But I know that I have Paul because I had Dallas first. Dallas, who loved me and made me want more for myself than a person who would drink and be cruel. And now I'm with someone who loves me and who's looking after our 3 children so that I can come here and say goodbye to Dallas. Thank you so much, Chanel and Auntie Terry and Dana, for being here. I could talk forever about all the things that we did with Nana, always with us. Nana was there with her red hair. I don't even think that I realised that her hair naturally wasn't red until Nana passed away. Always with the green comb, threatening us, but never hitting us. Always the threats, and a big bowl of chicken and spaghetti waiting for whatever adventure we were going to do the next day. There will never be another Dallas. And now I have 3 beautiful blue-eyed children who I look to, and when I look at their eyes I get lost, and I remember those beautiful big blue eyes that used to stare at me when I was a little girl, always telling me that my eyes were brown because poo is brown. And the ocean is blue, Katie. That's why mine are blue. Yes, Star. Yes, Dallas. Thank you for my poo brown eyes. I love them now, but I did have 3 beautiful blue-eyed children, so I like to think that your blue eyes live through them. Thank you very much for loving me and being the best cousin in the world. I miss you, and I will see you in my dreams. Goodbye.
I've been asked to read out a tribute, and it's such a privilege to do so, and this is from Angela and Kaz. Dallas, as I sit here putting pen to paper, I wonder how in the world I can describe such a unique character. We met in our younger years at the old Charlie's pub in Peregian Beach. You, along with Jacko, quickly became best mates with my husband Kaz. The 3 of you shared a love of surfing, camping, fishing, sailing, and of course, partying. Most of our arguments would be because you brought Kaz home in such a rotten state. He would have the biggest war of words, me being a Leo and you a Scorpio, both stubborn and determined to have the last say. But in the end, you'd let me win, and I'm sure it was just so Kaz didn't cop it for the rest of the week. But rain, hail or shine, you and your wingman Jacko would be on my doorstep for Friday Arvo knockoffs and a carton in hand. "Hey, Kaz man," as you handed me him a beer. I always knew it would be a piss up with the crew and pumping it out the tunes. We all had some great memories of the fun times and the shenanigans we got up to. As we all got older and more responsibility, the years just seemed to fly by. You would still keep in touch, ringing in different accents, pretending to be someone else, just to get a laugh. Kaz loved hearing about exciting adventures aboard your boat, often a little jealous he could not be there experiencing it with you. You always had Kaz's back, and he always had yours. You were a fiercely loyal mate. Even when we got the call you were sick, you downplayed it all, more focused on how we were and what the kids were up to, and excited about your next adventure with Freddie sailing the sea. One thing you have taught me, and I would have to say the majority of friends and family sitting in this room today, is to live life in the moment. Do what you love and not take yourself too seriously, as tides can change. So Dallas, you had some really hard times that cannot be denied, but you got right on with life when everyone else cried. But I know you'll be up there sailing heaven's seas. I know you'll be looking out for your loved ones, a job you will do with ease. The mast is rigid, sails are taut, and angels light your path as you go on your way. Still sailors' memories linger on, and will do now you're gone, but we'll miss your stories, and so will everyone. Me and Kaz are going to miss you, mate, so be sure to have a coldie waiting for us when it's our turn to take the voyage into the deep blue sky of Heaven's Gate. And that's just beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd now like to introduce to you some wonderful video tributes, including some that could be true and some that may not be true. Please enjoy.
Now we're on. Hello, mate, how the fuck are ya? You! So we're up here in the Noosa River.
No, Marucci River.
Oh, the Marucci River.
We're checking a crab pot. Where'd that crab pot go?
Where's that crab pot? He's over here somewhere. I seen it fucking got took by mullet earlier.
No, the crab pot was. He's disappeared. Holy shit, what's that in the bush there?
Oh, it's fucking...
I see something weird in the bush.
Shit.
Is that a lizard? Is that a goanna?
It's
It's
a gecko.
Is it a gecko?
It's a fucking... Wait, hang on. I don't know. What is that?
That's a little croc.
Shit. Holy fuck. No, it's not a little croc, man. It's a big croc. That fuck. Get him.
Oh,
Grab him. We'll eat that motherfucker.
I'm out of here.
Dude.
No, I don't like being around here. I don't like this. Hang on, let's have another look. How come he hasn't moved?
I think he's asleep.
He's asleep, eh? Don't wake him up.
I know. Grab it.
In Marucci River? No, I'm out of here.
Fuck. Dude. Fucking crocodile. Fuck.
I'm going. There we go, part 2 in absolute testing, 2121, part 2 of anchoring around. We are here in Scotty's McVeigh's boat here on the Blue Ball, known as the Blue Ball.
The blue ball.
So what we're doing is a bit of sounding at the moment. We're going to make our way to Tiger Mullet Inlet, which leads us to Kangaroo Island, which we're going to do some soundings there in order for me to take the Phoenix 5 for good safe anchorages and all weather conditions. So as you can see, we're just doing our spotter boat at the moment on the Blue Ball, 11 Route 75, E-Tech. We're on a 16 footer, is that right? We're on a 16 or 18 footer? 16, 18 footer. and we've got a northeaster, probably about 20 to 22 knots, and we are making our way towards the seaway. So as we approach our markers, as you can see, there's jet skis everywhere.
Bucket River drones.
And once we get there, we'll do some soundings and I'll continuate on anchoringaround.com. Well, it's looking like that I need some sand crab tonight, or if not tomorrow. So this trick here, this is what you call just a can of cat food from Woolies, tuna. Old mate put me onto this. This is really good. Like when you're sailing around and that, you know, and you don't want to keep like dirty old crab food and that in the boat, well, this is what you use. So, first procedure is get a knife and you just like 1, 2, I'll put this over here, 2, I'm letting all the juices go into the bilge because I don't want to stink the boat out. So, yep, and then 3 hits. That's all you need, no more than that. I went crazy once and put too many hits on it. So what I'm going to do now is put this in the crab pot over here, and then after that we'll see if we get a crabber, and I'll boil it up in the natural salt water here. So fantastic stuff. And that's crab in Australia with Dallas.
We love you, Uncle Dallas. I hope you come back from Gold Coast, and then we hope you come back from Brisbane. We love you so much, and we hope we want to get you, and that we love you. Of course, we love you, and please come back, and we love you. Thank you. Miss Martin.
Does anyone know if the cat food worked? It worked? I'll have to try. Yeah, we don't use black and gold. Seafood basket. I must try that. Thank you so much for sharing those videos with us. That was great. And I'll keep my eye out for that croc and see if we see it again. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd now like to invite Skills to come forward, please, and pay tribute through his music.
Traveling in a fried out Combi, hippie trail full of zombies. I met a strange lady, she made me nervous. Took me in and gave me breakfast. Do you come from a land down under? Women glow and men plunder. Can you hear the thunder? Better run, better take cover. Buying bread from a man in Brussels, 6'4" and full of muscles. I said, can you speak my language? He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. And he said, can you come from a land down under? Beer flow and men chunder. Can you hear
jaw, not much to say. I said to the man, are you trying to tempt me? 'Cause I come from the land of plenty. Do you come from a land down under? Women grow and then plunder. Can you hear the thunder? Better come, you better take cover.
Wow. Thank you so much to everyone who paid tribute. Wonderful videos, wonderful words, and wonderful music. I want to say a big thank you to Chanel for the other day. It was lovely to meet you, and I could have sat down there and talked about him for hours and hours, and it was just wonderful. It was really, really nice. It's so important that when you think of him and when you remember him, you celebrate his life and you have good memories. Don't define your memories by his passing, because there was so much more to his life, so much more. So when you think of him, you remember a man who didn't have things that easy at times, but he got on with it. A tough, strong man, a fighter, an Aussie bloke who would have been so proud of that song. He was a man who was a hard worker. He worked hard and he played even harder. He loved a beer and a rum, a night at the pub with his mates. He loved his music and seeing bands and his footy, and he was a proud Queenslander. He was a man who was always doing something, always on the go, a handy man who had a great sense of humour, cheeky, and he was always rhyming. He loved the water, and sailing was his passion. Surfing and fishing. He was a bloke who had great mates. And as I think Scotty said, he wasn't his best mates, he was just one of many best mates. These are just some of the things that you need to remember when you think of him. But you also remember a bloke who lived his life the way he wanted to. Stubborn bastard at times. Intelligent man, a giving man. He was caring and thoughtful, respectful. A big man with a big heart. He didn't want anyone to worry about him. He was a man who'd help anyone. And I have no doubt that he loved his family very, very much. You should be all very, very proud that you were part of his life, because I have no doubt that he was very proud that he was part of yours. Dallas passed away peacefully after a good long fight with his family by his side on Friday the 26th of August 2022. Please take a moment to sit back now and enjoy this very special photo tribute.
No, it sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain. I'm leaving you tomorrow. Seems to me, girl, you know I've done all I can. You see a big stone on the borrow. Yeah. Ooh, that's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. I wanna be high, so high. I wanna be free to know the things I do alright. I wanna be free, just me. Oh, baby. Ew. Oh, that's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. On a clear day, I can see far up ahead in front of me. The sky above it imagines a God, but on another day, when I fall, the hurt won't show. Upon me, I only hope. And if I follow you along, well, then I'll rise up. And when the burning sun it falls in my eyes, is when I come upon another sunrise. Well, I will walk alone, 'cause I'm not scared to die. On a clear day in the sunshine.
from up here above. Well, I won't fear anything. I'll hear the things I've done. Only know they are in a place inside my heart. And no matter where I go, we will never.
Wonderful photos. Thank you so much for sharing them with us. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite you all to join with me in the Lord's Prayer if you wish to. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. So now we must all say a kind of a goodbye. Please stand if you are able to. Although my life here has come to an end and you've come to say your goodbye, I will always be standing beside you. So please don't be sad and don't cry. I know that you're all now grieving and the pain in your heart so real. But just remember the things that you gave me to love, to be loved and to feel. I don't just want to be remembered with sadness and with hurt and with pain, but to hear you all talk of the things we shared and to see you all laugh again. At the rising of the sun in its going down, and at the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we will remember him. At the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring, and in the blueness of the skies and in the warmth of summer, we will remember him. We will remember him, for he is now part of us, as we remember him. Dallas, John Lazarus, your life we honour, your departure we accept, your memory we cherish. In grief at your death, but in gratitude for your life, and for the privilege of sharing it with you, we commit your body back to this earth. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Rest now, Dallas. Rest at the end of your days. Your work here is done, and rest in the hearts and minds of all you love. Please be seated. If you knew him, you can learn from his experience, and if you can profit from his example, and if you can live just a little better for having known him, then this will give continuing purpose to his life. Today is a closing and an opening, a saying goodbye and saying hello again. So while you say farewell to the Dallas you knew, you greet the Dallas who has become part of you, who lives on with you in your thoughts and your memories that you cherish. May you find comfort and richness and example in your memories. May you find support in your love for one another. And may you find strength in your hearts. Today we give thanks for Dallas's life. We give thanks to those wonderful people who cared for him. We give thanks for the special love he had for his family. And we give thanks for the greatest gift he gave to you all, friendship. As you leave here today, you all have a responsibility that has been given to you by Dallas. You need to make sure you comfort each other and support each other in this time of grief. May we all go now and live our lives to the fullest. May we all keep on sailing, just as Dallas would have wanted. And may peace be with us all.
Take those pictures down, shake it out. Truth or consequence, say it aloud. Use that evidence, race it around. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. Don't the best of them read it out, while the rest of them beat around. Truth or consequence, say it aloud. Use that evidence, race it around. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. Kudos, my hero, leaving all the mess. You know my hero, one that's all. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. Ta-da!
What an absolute treat.
To alarm me now, talk about. Take those pictures down, shake it out. Truth or consequence, say it aloud. Use that evidence, race it around. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. Don't the best of them read it out, while the rest of them beat around. Truth or consequence, say it aloud. Use that evidence, race it around. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. Kudos, my hero, leaving all the mess. You know my hero, one that's all. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. Ta-da!
What an absolute treat.
To alarm me now, talk about. Take those pictures down, shake it out. Truth or consequence, say it aloud. Use that evidence, race it around. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. Don't the best of them read it out, while the rest of them beat around. Truth or consequence, say it aloud. Use that evidence, race it around. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. goes my hero, leaving all the mess. You know my hero, one that's all. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes. There goes my hero, he's ordinary. Ta-da!
What an absolute treat.